Welcome to Ken's Corner Podcast, Season 2. It's time. Are you ready? Now here we go with your host, Ken Judge.
Hey everyone, this is Ken from Ken's Corner, and today I'm here with my special guest, Shelby Waters. She is a professional wrestler from all the way from Mayfield, Pennsylvania. I'm not exactly sure where that is, but I know it's down there in the United States. Maybe you can give us a bit of a geography lesson, Shelby. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a trying day. My computer crashed on me a little bit, but I'm up and running again, and I think we got the back screen looking good. Shelby's Waters in the background there, and here we are. And I'm very excited to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for having me. And hopefully it's all smooth sailing for the rest of the day.
I bet you it's going to be. You're here now, and I can see you, so that's a good start. So tell us a bit about your hometown of Mayfield.
It's honestly just a very just small town, and it's in the northeast of part of Pennsylvania. Not too far from New York, like maybe like an hour from the border of New York. But Pennsylvania, like unless you're in like Pittsburgh or Philly, you kind of just don't exist. So I love my little hometown.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm living in a small town myself, so I understand where you're coming from totally on that, Shelby. What I actually listened to one of your podcasts in the last couple of days, just leading up to us coming on here on Ken's Corner today, and I seen something that was really interesting. It was something I believe you put in as your one of your favorite memorable matches against Nathaniel, I believe.
Hmm.
Am I right? Yes. Can
Yep.
you walk us through why that was memorable for you?
It was kind of a mix of everything. So with Nathaniel, I've trained with him for years. When I started training, it was like 2017, and he started in 2019. But like when I had my debut match, he refed my first match. And then just the growth from like us then to now. And for me, that match, like I took a lot of time off. I had surgery, just, personal things. I needed a break from wrestling. So when I came back, like for me, that was kind of like my turning point when I felt like I was starting to hit my stride, because like I knew I could do this if I just tried as hard as I can. So between just always training with him and then that being such a turning point for my career, it's still just my favorite match, and it probably will be for a very long time.
Until you reach the big stage, I imagine. And maybe then it will still be your favorite match. It's always a memorable one. And I believe
Hmm.
that was it your first match? Your first match was probably a memorable one as well, I believe, from what I was hearing.
Yeah, my debut was like my second favorite match, and that was with Adina Steele. Um, I was a different, going under a different name back then, but it was very nerve wracking. I remember I was like standing behind the curtain. I turned, and I'm like, please don't make me do this. And then the other guy just pushed me out. So I was a nervous wreck on that one.
That's very funny. You have a number of tattoos. How many do you have?
As of right now, I have seven, but two of them are like kind of smaller, but the rest of them are a little bit bigger. I'm working on a leg sleeve of like TV shows that I like, because whenever anyone asks me like what my hobbies are, like my first like instinct is like TV, even though it's not a hobby really, but I love different types of TV shows. I love the storytelling. I get so involved with the characters. So,
My Zoom meetings tell me we're on, so I had to mute myself. Yeah, in saying that, actually, I also heard that it's funny you say that you're getting your different TV shows because I also heard you talking about Netflix shows like Walking Dead and you're not a stranger thing person,
mm,
and you don't like things jumping out at you. That's what I took from that.
it's funny because The Walking Dead, since it started, was one of my favorite TV shows. Like that was my first television tattoo. And everybody assumes because I love The Walking Dead, I love scary things. No, I like gory things. I don't want anything jumping out at me. Like I watched Insidious and I like couldn't watch anything remotely scary for like 3 months.
That's great. Now we're gonna switch it up a little bit here. Now, if you had your choice, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to end up with the WWE, or are you an AEW girl?
Truthfully, I would love I love to do whatever. I would love to try it both, both because when I joined wrestling, I didn't have a specific goal in mind. As long as I'm doing good and I know I'm having good matches, I want to be the best version of me I can. So really, wherever this wild road takes me, I'll be happy.
I see some future in you, and I'm sure that if you wanted to, you're eventually going to make it to one of those shows. You are young, you're 24, so you got some time ahead of you for sure.
Thank you.
um, my next question, I might have heard this on one of your podcasts too, because you do a number of podcasts, which is amazing to hear. Actually, do you want to run through a few of the podcasts that you've actually been on lately?
So some of my more recent, I did Can Crushers, which I'm excited to see them. I'm seeing them again at our next show. They're kind of joining forces with High Ground. The Anthony Blackwell Jr. podcast, Dudes at the Ringsides, Papa Dang. Like there's a bunch. And I have a few more coming up. I've just kind of trying to schedule them farther apart.
It must be exciting for you to see people interested in what you're doing inside the ring.
It's still kind of a weird feeling for me because when I originally was wrestling, I didn't have a good experience really, and now to enjoy what I'm doing it just makes me so happy to just see where I was versus now.
That's great. Now, what I would like to know, and I'm sure our viewers would too, where do you wrestle? What organizations or organization do you wrestle out of?
So my home promotion is High Ground Pro Wrestling. I'm working with IWA in Jersey, Triple WA in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, and I have a couple more coming up too. But those are kind of the main ones.
That's great. Have you thought of coming up here to Canada at all?
I've always wanted to come up there. I've always wanted just to visit there. I've been to Europe as just like a school trip sort of thing. So I like seeing new places. So I would love to come up there to wrestle. I think that'd be fun.
Well, hopefully one of my promoter friends that I've had on here sees you here today and gives you a call. That would be amazing to see you up here in Canada. Actually, the next thing I would like to talk about is it's actually an interesting question. I hope it is. What is the advice that you could give to someone that's interested in becoming a wrestler like Shelby Waters?
If someone came up to me and asked, like, they just turned 18, they want to start training, the first thing I would tell them is find your people. Find the people that are going to care about you and push you and not just, crap all over what you're doing because, there are people that do that. And make sure no matter what your goal is, you do have fun because this is supposed to be a fun business. We're telling stories, we're making friends. So just have fun with it. Find your people.
That's great. Thank you so much for that. Now, where can we find Shelby Waters? What is your social media outlets?
So basically everything I'm at _ Shelby Waters, but then Facebook and YouTube, I'm just Shelby Waters. So very easy to find.
Now, I'm not going to keep you here as long as some of your podcasts that I've seen. You've had some long ones, so I'm sorry if it's a short one here for you today, but
no, it's fine.
Get you in and out here on Ken's Corner. Now, where can we find Shelby Waters? Did I already ask that question? Shelby Waters social. Yeah, I did. I'm so sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, what I like to do is maybe get you into turn you to kayfabe 1 second, and maybe you can give us a quick wrestling promo on the way out here.
Oh geez. I will be honest. If it's one thing I'm not comfortable with, it's promo work yet. I'm still working on it. But on March 18th, I have a match against Valerie Verman after she attacked me at the last show because she lost. So she better watch out because she's coming to my home turf. So
Now, where is this event happening?
this is my home promotion, High Ground Pro Wrestling, and it's in Mayfield, Pennsylvania.
That's great. I'm so happy to have you here today, Shelby. Thank you so much for playing along with me. And pardon me?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
definitely. Well, welcome to Canada. And I'm sure my viewers are going to be excited to see what is just below us. You're not too far from us. So
No, not honestly, I've traveled within the US farther than it takes me to get up there.
yeah,
So.
I'm right here in Toronto. So come on up anytime. I would if I see you on any card, I will be there for sure.
Big.
Thank you very much. My name's Ken. I'm from Ken's Corner, and today I've been blessed to be and honored to be on with Miss Shelby Waters, professional wrestler from Mayfield, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much, man.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, I guess I should be calling you Miss, not ma'am. Have a good day, Shelby.